Hello, afternoon. My name is Rob. I'm a driving instructor in Hull. I do cover Hull and surrounding areas, and for a while now I've been meaning to do instructional videos for my pupils to help them navigate in and around Hull, the areas on test that may pose a problem to them. One of the biggest areas that's going to be causing anybody any issues is the Stoneferry corridor. So I did originally plan on doing some really in-depth videos on the Stoneferry corridor, but just over the past few days it's kind of pushed me into doing more of an in-depth video just on one specific area, just for right now, just for time restraints and such, and that's the Ferry Lane roundabout. Right at this moment, Friday afternoon, tea time, what we've got is a lot of people are approaching that Ferry Lane roundabout from the likes of Leeds Road, with B&Q on the right hand side, Pets at Home on the left hand side, and they're approaching it, and all I'm hearing is beeps and confusion, seeing confusion on the approach and on the roundabout. Now the plans that are found on the Hull City Council website, as you look at the plans, it's easy to see that on approach, at the moment there's no road markings. The road's been ripped up. Nobody knows what's going on unless they were to look at the road markings. But the problem is the road markings, the plans are not being represented in the correct way on the road. So what's supposed to happen is that hopefully when all this is done, the first lane, the left hand side on approach, should say city centre. The second, the middle lane, should say city centre and Clough Road Estate. The third lane on approach should say right lane, Clough Road only. I should say that. The third right lane should say Clough Road only. Now the left lane on the plans is the only lane with a directional arrow that should point straight and right. However, the markings that are on the road as you approach and get onto the roundabout, what are basically in line with the middle point, the middle crossing point that's going to be on your left hand side. So just like passing where all of the old caravans go. There are directional arrows on the road, drawn on the road. Now the left lane should point straight on. The middle lane should point straight on and right, and the third, the right lane, should point right. That's not exactly how they've done it, so we're going to go and show you exactly how they've done it. The point of this video is, I'm not telling you how to drive. I'm just simply showing you, highlighting you the areas where you could have a problem. First things first, I'm going to approach to turn right, because this is the biggest area that I see is having a problem with. Like I said, there's no road markings, and I'm going to flick an indicator on, and as you approach, like I said, the left lane says left, The middle lane says straight on and left, and the right hand side lane says straight on. I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot go straight on where that white van's just gone from the right hand side lane. You can't do it. The right hand side lane is only to turn right or go all the way around, back up on yourself, such like I'm going to do on this roundabout here. The problem is that everybody I see is using that right hand side lane to go straight on. On a normal roundabout, with no road markings, the left lane should be to go left and straight on. The right hand side lane should be used to go right. So if there are road markings, you have to follow those road markings. But what happens when those road markings don't add up to what's your interpretation of those road markings? See this, the arrow just in front of me says straight on. And straight on to me is straight on, second exit. But that arrow then says straight on and left, which says go down there. So left becomes that second exit, and straight, the arrow that points ahead means that you should be going down here into this lane. When you're concentrating on what's in front of you right at that point in time, and you see that arrow in front of you, things don't always work out how you'd hopefully plan them to. So again, I'll come up to Ferry Lane, the B&Q roundabout. This time, see, I don't know whether or not looking at it, people are already using, all three lanes. Are they approaching with a left lane, a middle lane, a right lane? I'm going to be coming over onto the left hand side, and I want to see if the vehicle in front is going to use the lane. What I'm trying to say is, people don't know where they're going. They're seeing the arrows in front of them and they don't know where they're going. See, this lane now, this left hand side lane, that 4x4 went completely into the wrong lane. The left hand side should be used for the left to come off down here. But it didn't. It didn't go into the left hand side lane, it went into the right hand side lane from, the middle lane from the left hand side position. Now I know once the lane markings are there, it might be different, and I'm hoping it's going to be different. But right at this point in time, The lane markings aren't there. And I don't want people to have an accident. So, I'm going to come round again for one final pass. I don't want to make this video too long, you know, I don't want people getting bored about it. I want it to stick into people's heads. The main point that I want to make is simply, you cannot approach that roundabout now and use the right hand side lane to go straight on, because you're going to get people approaching like that 4x4 just did. They're going to be in the left hand side, they're going to go into the middle lane, and if you're in that right hand side lane and you see that straight on arrow and you attempt to go the same way straight on second exit, you are going to hit that other vehicle. So again, I just want to reiterate it. If you're going to be on the left hand side, you have to come into the left hand side lane. It's the safest way to do it. Right hand side lane, just to go right. And how it's going to be is how I'm approaching now. I'm going to use the middle point in between the two. Yeah. No one's really going to come up on my inside edge, hopefully. I'm going to take basically a kind of position where I'm in both lanes at this moment in time. There's a white car coming up on my left hand side, okay? So I'm going to go into that middle lane. The left lane, as I'm passing this point, is just to go left. This lane is just to go here, where this bus has gone. If anybody had been in that right hand side lane and attempted to go straight on, they'd have gone straight into my right hand side. Now that's with no road markings as you're approaching. The problem with how I see it happening is that there's going to be no actual directional arrows as you are approaching the roundabout itself. It's going to say left hand side lane, city centre, and it's going to have a straight arrow and a left arrow. That's what the plans say. The middle lane, as we approach, is going to go city centre and Clough Road Industrial Estate, or Clough Road Estate. And the right hand side lane is going to have the words on it, Clough Road Estate only. But what if you're not from Hull? What if you don't know that Clough Road Estate is to your right hand side? Where are you going to go? You're going to see that straight on arrow and you're just going to go, I'm in the right hand side lane, I'm going to go straight on. Because how are you supposed to know, especially if there's built up traffic, that straight on, that second exit towards city centre, how are you supposed to know that the left lane will end up being, like lane number 1 will end up being the left lane over there, the middle lane is going to end up being the right hand side lane over there, and that right hand side should just go right, because all you've got, like I say, is a straight on arrow. And you're going to see that straight on arrow and you're going to go straight on and you're going to collide with that person in that left hand side, in that middle lane. Okay, if you disagree with me, if you've got something else to say, then great, say it. Disagree with me, like me, make any comments that you want. But hopefully this video is just going to be there in between now and when they actually do all the road markings, hopefully to keep you safe. Again, you cannot go straight on second exit towards city centre, towards, like say, MKM, Chamberlain Road area. You cannot go straight on in that right hand side lane. Okay, bye for now.